Good evening from Woodsboro Bank Arena here in Frederick, Maryland, 9450 basketball. I'm Jeff Goyne alongside Tim Abercrombie, and tonight a matchup we've seen before but not like this. Frederick and Reading opened the season against each other back on March 8th. Frederick won that one, 117-103. Tim, both of these teams look very different now, though.
Yeah, Jeff, if you go back to that first game of the year, Frederick won that game, like you said, 117-103. And if you remember that night, Reading really did a good job on the offensive boards, but Frederick was just able to outrun them. So we've had a lot of changes, players in and out between these two teams. So it's kind of hard to predict how this one will go. Reading only has 6 players from that roster, and the way they play now is completely different.
Well, and for Reading, it all starts with a combination of scores.
Yeah, they got multiple guys who can score in double figures. Anthony Lee, who's a veteran of this Reading squad, he averages 22 a game. Maquan Tucker, he averages 17. John Agbuda, and we remember him from last year's playoffs, he averages 17, and Evan Hinson, he averages over 14 points a game. So that's 4 real scoring options you can lock. You can't lock in just one, I'm sorry.
And they've needed all 4 of those guys this year.
Yeah, they have, but the results haven't followed. They won just 2 of their last 10, and their last game they just scored like 79 points. So for Reading, consistency is just a problem for them.
On the other side, Frederick is trending in the right direction. They've won 3 of their last 4 after breaking a 5-game losing streak.
Sure did, Jeff, and last weekend was a big weekend for the Cows, I thought. But it seems like this weekend is even bigger, in my opinion, because we got off the snide with the 2 wins. We beat a Baltimore team that we hadn't beaten yet, and we just had kind of a renewed energy in this team. But what we saw prior to that, Jeff, was a real lack of consistency. So this is a big weekend. They have to prove that they're for real, and this is going to be the type of Cow team that we want to see going forward.
And tonight, Damian Daniels back in the lineup, but they'll be without A.J. Wilson.
Right. Last week, A.J. suffered, unfortunately, an Achilles injury, so he's going to be out for approximately 2 weeks. But getting Damian Daniels back in the lineup, that adds a whole new gear for the Cows to go up to with intensity and want to push the pace. He's just the guy to ignite that offense, which has been playing pretty good in transition anyway with Shadell Milling out.
And Shadell, it's been running through him since he got added to the team.
Just a great leader. He's come in here and he has just kind of taken the team on his back, so to speak, not only in his statistically, but he's also, just ignited a fire, it seems like, into the other players. Like last week, I think the big guys really had a different level of energy because they were so active defensively, helping on screens, covering for one another, and then strong on the boards. So that all comes from Shadell, his super energy he brings to the floor.
We're going to turn it over now to the in-arena audio for the anthem and starters, and we'll be back with the tip-off.
Is Tara Hudson. Tara is a second-grade teacher at North Frederick Elementary School who goes above and beyond for her students every single day. As a single mom of 2, she still finds time to lead her school's Girls on the Run chapter, cheer the school play, and somehow knows the name of every student in the building. Her dedication doesn't stop in the classroom. Tara shows up for her kids well beyond school hours, attending their soccer games, gymnastics gymnastics meets and competitions to cheer them on while they run their laps. And here's something proud fans will love. Tara is a huge basketball fan and a former standout player herself, having starred at Governor Thomas Jefferson High School right here in Frederick. Frederick, please give it up for tonight's community MVP, Tara Hudson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Here to perform her rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Lauren Elwell. And now, let's read tonight's starting lineup for our visitors, the Reading Rebels from Reading, Pennsylvania, proudly presented by Yellow Springs Dental. A 6'9" center, number 2, Shaquille Goodwin. A 6'1" guard, number 20, Miles Carter. A 6'11" center, number 21, Nolan Coswell. A 6'7" forward, number 30, McQuan Tucker. And a 6'6" forward, number 33, Evan Hinson. And coach of the Rebels is Mike Mahone. And now, the starting lineup for your Frederick Flying Cow. Leading us off tonight's junior flyer of the game, celebrating his 10th birthday, Max have been waiting for. It's Saturday night, and basketball is back in the bar. We are
Tonight's game sponsor is Rowan Digital Infrastructure. Rowan designs and delivers customized data center campuses that power the cloud, AI, and advanced computing, driving our digital world. They're proud to support the Frederick Flying Cows and the Frederick community. Learn more at rowan.digital. We're just moments from tip-off here. Reading looks a little short-handed, though, tonight, Tim.
Yeah, it appears that one of their leading scorer, Anthony Lee, is not in the building. Now, he has, in past games, shown up to the game, but right now he's not here. So that's a big loss for them.
We'll have Makai Grant jumping it up against Nolan Coswell, a 6'11" center for Reading. Rebels win the tip. We're underway here at Woodsboro Bank Arena, 94-50 Basketball League. Miles Carter with the ball. He'll be guarded by Alani Moore. Damian Daniels is back, but he'll come off the bench tonight. That jumper spins out from Carter, rebounded by Frederick. Shadell Millinghouse.
Carter able to get into that lane pretty easily and rise up. Had a good look at it. Just didn't fall on that first possession for Reading.
Quentin Scott under 10 to shoot. Spins into the paint, fades away off the mark. Makai Grant, second chance. Nobody picks him up. Baseline, good.
Good start for the Cows on that offensive glass. As we mentioned in the pregame, Jeff, we were talking about Reading's size and the first time out they played. And back in March, the first game, 24-6 was the offensive rebounding advantage for Reading. So the one thing that concerns me is for the Cows is they got to match their intensity on the boards.
Makai Grant trying to match a three from McQuan Tucker last trip down. It's Reading 3, Frederick 2. Reading back the other way, and it's Shaquille Goodwin. Makes it 5-2 here, just about 90 seconds into this one.
Goodwin, 6'9", so Reading comes out with a lot of bulk on the floor, but Makai Grant.
Grant, 2 offensive rebounds right out of the gate. We talked about that from the opener.
Their size versus his quickness, and his quickness won in that rebounding battle there.
Tucker. That ball tipped away. Alani Moore circled around. It ended up with Shadell. Back to Alani. Pump, jab, a drive, and a foul. McQuan Tucker gets him on the wrist.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, McQuan Tucker has probably been a recent addition to this roster.
I don't believe he was here for the first game.
He's averaging 17 a game.
Lefty shooter. DeAndre Johnson. Lob.
McQuan Tucker took that away. That's always an early game set that the Cows like to run. Try to get the alley-oop to Makai usually.
Coswell, a long two, no good. Offensive board to Carter. And the left-handed layup there by Carter off his own rebound there. Leads the team with over 5 assists, did it himself that time.
I'll tell you, Carter is one of those, looking at him out here, he's one of those guards. Take over, Jeff. DeAndre drained that one.
He's really stepped up the last 4 or 5 games from three-point range. Another big part of this Frederick comeback here on the season. But it's Tucker again, his second of the evening. He's at 36% on the season. That's only going up here in the opening minutes. 10-7 Rebels. Shadell pulls up. Back iron. Makai tips it, but it goes over to Carter. Pull-up three. No good. Alani Moore with the rebound. Quentin Scott and Shadell. It's 2-on-2. They've got DeAndre following. But
beautiful. That's Cal basketball right there. rebound the glass and get it to that man in the front court with a head of steam, and he's hard to stop.
They had 46 points of offense there, 47 running that transition. Tucker off the mark for the first time tonight.
And I think the key now is they're looking to Quentin when they're pushing the ball. Get it in his hands as much as possible.
Mackay passes one up. DeAndre lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by number 33, Evan Hinson.
Good unselfish play by Mackay there. DeAndre, a fine three-point shooter. I'm surprised Mackay's not a bad three-point shooter in his own right, though.
They're trying to get the ball to Tucker, but Shadell tips it.
Shadell, active
Got
hand.
Mackay off the glass. No! They tried to bring the roof off this place, Tim, and couldn't quite connect. Carter, cross-court pass to Tucker. They try to get it to Goodwin and another turnover. Millinghouse up ahead. Slices through a couple defenders and he'll head to the line.
So you got two guys, Millinghouse and Quentin Scott, getting out in transition and finishing at the rim.
Got the replay here, and you just see Millinghouse slice in and almost used Mackay there for a little protection.
Right, and Millinghouse, as we know, Jeff, he gets to the free throw line a ton. I'm not sure what he's averaging per game, but I bet it's over 10 to plus.
I know his first two games he shot 10 back-to-back, and he averages, it looks like 5.8 free throw attempts per game.
Man, that seems low to me.
A three-pointer and a chance for four. Quentin Scott gets whistled for that one. Evan Hinson, a 38% three-point shooter. We'll get a replay of that here. A little bit of a skip pass back up to the top, and he jumped pretty far forward. Quentin turned his back after the shot was released and draws the foul, but it's a timeout here on the floor. We'll take it with the teams and be back. We're back here at Woodsboro Bank Arena. Evan Hinson hit that three, was fouled by Quentin Scott before the under 7 media timeout, so he gets his chance for the 4-point play. 81% at the line on the season.
I'll tell you, Hinson, he's a very versatile player for him. I remember the first game, I was pretty impressed with him, and just looking at that three he dropped, he's almost a 38% three-point shooter.
Played at South Carolina and Austin Peay, so played a good level of Division I basketball. 11 to shoot. Shadell gets it back. Baseline. Pumps. Kick out with 4. DeAndre on the floor. Pull up on the remove. Good.
Boy, that's a tough shot. I mean, Reading did a pretty good job defensively, but DeAndre just better offense there. Boy, he's got a versatile game, doesn't he, Jeff?
That's for sure. That
shoots the three, put it on the deck. That's kind of like a little Kevin Durant action there.
Traore off the mark in transition.
Nice job running the floor, just unfortunate not to finish there.
Back iron, no good. Quentin Scott, outlet to Alani. Cross court to Shadell. 3-on-2, spins, can't get it.
Gosh, that was just unlucky there. That was a beautiful move on Shadell's part.
3 ball from Code, no good.
Cal's got the game in their pace. Not that Reading doesn't like to run. I just don't know if Reading has the depth to stay with this Cal team at this pace the whole game.
Trevon Code tipped that rebound. Good job by him to get possession back for the Rebels. And on the other end, it's Carter with 2.
I'll tell you, Miles Carter is kind of like a lot of guards in this league. You know, he's got a little bit of Cormier from rhythm in him, and he's also got some Andre Ward. He's got good size.
Turnover there by Millinghouse. Code up with it. He'll try to take Millinghouse. Cross court to Hinson. Knocks another one down. That's his second 3 of the night. So far, 4 for 7 for the Rebels from behind the arc.
Yeah, Reading off to a good start offensively. Got the ball moving. Doing a good job on the glass.
Traore turns around on the block. Too strong.
And that was good defense on Coswell's part to bother the shot by Mustafa.
Code. No good. Gets his own. Scoops it to Coswell, and there's a whistle. He hits the floor.
And I tell you, I'm going back 2 years when they played the first ever game. It was against the Reading Rebels, and this young man, Trayvon Code, was playing with them then. And I think he just had some injury issues in that season, and it continued to haunt him for a while. But he's a really athletic guy and a really veteran player.
He's from West Lawn, PA, which is right there next to Reading. Mass substitutions for the Cows. And in for Reading, we have number 5, Famir Ali, and number 17, Joshua Phillips. Right now, Damian Daniels making his return. You hear the crowd. Been a mainstay for the Cows the last 2 years. Started this season finishing up a season in Mexico. That season's wrapped up, so he's back here in the barn.
Yeah, good to see Damian back out here. Got a strong backcourt with Ronnie Scott, Damian Daniels coming off the bench to go along with Alani Moore starting.
Zion lets it fly.
Zion Smith comes in and can light you up from outside like that. So this Cal's roster just getting more comfortable. And then you got Amir Harris, who's almost a defensive specialist.
Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound by Phillips. Up with the right hand and in. Phillips.
So once again, Reading getting a few easy putbacks.
Daniels, Harris, baseline. Top of the key, Traore lets it fly, no good. Rebound to Phillips. He's been active since checking into the game from Huntington Beach, California. Played at Portland, East LA Junior College, Grambling, and Life
Good
University.
ball movement by the Cows on that previous possession, and then Code with another veteran play finds Ali wide open, and they drain it.
8 points now, the lead for Reading. Ron Scott lets it fly. It's good.
I was going to say Ron hesitated and it wasn't going to go in, but he proved me wrong. A little hesitant on his part.
He really hit his stride last weekend in that comeback victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, he was such a big key in that game. I mean, his energy just kind of turned the game around along with a few other players, but his 12 points was very critical, and he made some big shots coming down the stretch as well.
Ron Scott leaves it for Mustafa. Turnover. Phillips comes away with the loose ball. Code leaves it for Phillips. Got stripped. I think it might have been Zion who got the first finger on that one. Into the game now for Reading. Payshawn Howard. And number 12, Seth Pinckney. 7'1" Seth Pinckney from Warminster, PA, down in southeastern PA, not too far from Reading. Played at Quinnipiac and Florida International.
I tell you, I keep looking at different combination the Cows put on the floor, and like this combination here might be the quickest that you can put on the floor.
Damian leans in, gets the call.
So once again, Coach Preet has the luxury of having so much depth that he can play this up-tempo game continuously. So once again, what this weekend is going to tell us so much, Jeff. Especially when you got to come off of a back-to-back game, and then we got to head down to play the Capital Seahawks tomorrow, who are undefeated.
When we saw on the replay there, Daniels with that speed got out ahead of everybody, kind of cut back in and slowed down a little bit to let the defender run into his back on that layup attempt to get himself a chance for two at the line. It's 25-21 after the rebound by Reading. 3 ball. It was Ali. Rebound. Harris. Daniels looking to push. Pull up. It's a long 2. No good. Ron Scott tries to chase down the rebound, but it ends up with Howard.
But that's the kind of quickness on the floor. Ron Scott, when that shot was bouncing out here, he was underneath the basket and almost got to it on the sideline to save it.
Nice little step back there by Howard off the mark, and there's a whistle. It's out of bounds. It'll be Frederick basketball. Frederick just 8 of 20, 40% so far, as we're under a minute and a half to go in the first. They trail by 4. Ron Scott gets a whistle. That's going to be on Trevon Code.
I tell you, that's one thing for Coach Preet to put this kind of quickness on the floor with this lineup. Once again, it's not the biggest lineup, and you got a big Reading team, but their energy and their quickness is pretty impressive because they still compete hard on the glass, and they've been knocking the ball loose and getting out and running.
That foul was actually charged to Phillips there, so just a little bit of housekeeping to correct that. And here comes Reading back the other way, except they're going to call a timeout. It's a 30, so we'll stay here for the 30. And Tim, I know you guys had a new episode of Barnyard Banner. What did you and Finn talk about this week?
Well, Finn and I were on there just the other day, and we got to talk a little bit about last weekend, just because there was so much to talk about, so much positivity with the 2 wins, different people coming to the forefront and playing well. And then, of course, the news that Damian Daniels was coming into the fold again. So we talked about that. So that's just kind of in a nutshell what the show was. We weren't able to secure a guest, so we're going to work on that for this week. The guy couldn't make it, so I think we'll have him up on next week. So it's kind of works both ways. Sometimes it's good to just get updated and, talk about the current state of the team. And then sometimes it's good to have a guest on.
Barnyard Banner. You can find that on Spotify or anywhere else you get your podcasts, or listen Frederick's website. Phillips, the handoff there to Tucker. Three balls, the shot clock expires, no good. Ron Scott looking to push. Ahead to Zion. He's blocked. It was Howard. Phillips, spin move, up and under for a big man. What a pretty move.
Boy, that Josh Phillips of that size, that kind of body control, beautiful finish. But, man, what a...
Get the replay, and you just look at him. Tap dance around Ron Scott, one of the quickest guys. He doesn't get out quick often.
Right, a little spin move and reverse layup. Man, that was a lot of dexterity for that guy.
Foul was on number 5, Damian Daniels, his first. Ron into the paint. Left hand, no good.
Wow, that looked like that could have been a goaltender. It looked like they got a finger on that.
It was Pinckney, the 7-footer. Skipping down low is Howard for 2.
I tell you, Reading in this first quarter, pretty evident they came to play.
Zion lets it fly, and it's money. 28-23. Under 10 seconds left here in the first. Ali. Nice pick and roll, and the flush by Pinckney. The dunk. And that'll make it 32-26 at the end of the first period here at Woodsboro Bank Arena in 94-50 basketball. We'll be back with the second quarter.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stoltz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
Welcome back. We're getting ready here for the second period. Frederick trails by 6, 32-26 against Reading. First quarter, just 3 turnovers for Frederick, 4 for Reading.
I'll tell you, I thought that Jeff, I thought that quarter was a well-played quarter. I thought both teams competed real hard. We mentioned at the end of that second quarter, that lineup, that small, quick lineup, kind of did very well together. So, interesting game so far. And Reading is giving a good account of themselves. They got some good individual players who they're playing pretty well. They got good size, so this could be a heck of a game.
We get underway. Our officials tonight, as they have been all night, Mo Najamyar. Zion lets it fly, no good. Rebound tipped around. Joining Mo are Steve Taylor and Daniel Elliott. Phillips. Cross court. They tried to thread the needle there. They get it to Pinckney, but after a couple of hops. Not the prettiest possession maybe for Reading, but they've kept the ball. Quentin Scott gets the rebound.
Boy, Josh Phillips really crashed the glass there. Almost had it on the offensive board, but kicked out. And the Cows get a good look at it in transition. It doesn't go.
Howard will back it out. Handoff to Ali. On the move, can't get it to fall. 3 ball from Tucker, spins out. Rebound tipped by Makai Grant into the hands of Quentin. Hugh hesitates, gets into the paint, gets a whistle, can't get the roll.
And so with Quentin, he just can create so much for himself. Caught that ball early in the transition phase and going downhill with his left hand and just his ability to hang in the air and draw fouls.
Scott shooting over 80% on the season. Knocks down the first. Here comes Johnson back into the game.
And the other luxury that you have when you got this kind of depth is you really got to sell your guys on playing as hard as they possibly can when they're in there, knowing you're going to get a break in a little bit, getting sub 4. Almost playing like 4-minute stretches, right?
Yeah, almost like sort of a hockey or a lacrosse, like a line change that they were playing with there to just get fresh bodies in. And with the depth Frederick has, that could be big. Off the mark there. Pinckney, he'll head to the free throw line.
So Reading so far has done a nice job of dribble penetrating and finding guys open in the interior.
Just 25% at the line. That didn't look like a 25% free throw shooter to me, Tim.
Certainly didn't he?
Wonder if he's only like 1 for 4. He just hasn't had attempts.
He shot it fast,
that
but
too.
He makes that one.
2 for 2, so that percentage should go up considerably after that.
Well, I'm not sure about minutes-wise. How Pinckney with bodies missing, he's getting an opportunity maybe to get more minutes than he's accustomed to.
As we said earlier, no Anthony Lee, no John Egbuda. 2 of the leading scorers for Reading, but the Rebels have been up to the challenge. Next man up, they lead 34-28. 2-ball there, he was on the line, it was Howard.
Keyshawn Howard, he was a Maryland product, huh?
Yep, played at Maryland.
I remember that name,
DeAndre lets it fly.
So DeAndre's connected on 2 threes in this first half and his time in.
Took him a couple of games to find his shot, but since he's found it, he's really been able to help Frederick stretch the floor. Tucker around his screen. Pull up with the left. Knocks it down, and there's a whistle.
Man, I tell you what, DeAndre did a nice job contesting that shot. And boy, if he did foul him, he barely fouled him.
Yeah, let's get another look at that here. Maybe on the follow through there, might have kind of given him a high five. I don't know.
I don't know. That's one if you're, I don't know, if you're an official there and he makes a shot, you keep going.
Tucker knocks that one down, and it's 39-31. Believe this matches the largest lead of the game. They led 25-17. Millinghouse kicks it out. Zion, pump, a drive, a floater. It's good.
Boy, that's what I like to see. A guy like Zion who can shoot the three so well, but he uses that to his advantage with his pump fake and gets a little floater in the lane. Having a little bit of diverse offense in your repertoire, right?
That's for sure. He helps keep the defense honest with things like that.
Shadell leaking out.
Shadell on the move, rolls it in. Tucker tried to close, could not do it.
Yeah, Shadell, good instincts there. He kind of saw where that ball was going and just took off, and I believe that was Alani caught him in stride.
Shadell fights through the screen. Pulling the trigger there is Phillips off the mark. DeAndre shovels it to Alani. DeAndre, step back, long two. Late whistle, he'll head to the charity stripe.
I'll tell you, not the best of shots. Number 12 there, Pinckney, he bailed him out.
Johnson, a 68% free throw shooter. Frederick thus far just 12 of 29 overall, 41%, but Reading 14 of 33, just 42%. First free throw is up and in, and a couple of subs for Reading. It's Carter and Hinson back in. Johnson. Frederick has that 8-point lead quickly down to 3. Let's see if he can get it to 2. He can. And it's 39-37, 8-12 to go here before halftime.
So DeAndre up to 10 points in this first half.
In the paint there, Phillips.
Oh, man, Phillips has been really impressive in this game this evening with his footwork and quickness. And he's got good bulk to him, too.
Shadell off the mark for Frederick. Hinson now down low to Phillips again. DeAndre Johnson, good defense. Now we have Shadell on the move. Can't get it to fall, no whistle. I think he wanted one there, but doesn't get it, and it's Carter to Phillips. Phillips gets the whistle.
I tell you, Reading has done a very good job getting up down the floor with the Cows. I don't know if they want to quite play at the pace that the Cows do, but they have gotten some opportunities in transition.
Phillips had not shot any free throws with Reading before tonight. He is a recent addition to the Reading roster. Mekhi Grant in, and for Reading we have both Nolan Coswell and Trayvon Code. Phillips, second one no good. Mekhi Grant.
So Phillips is a West Coast guy from Huntington Beach, California.
Millinghouse knocks down a 3.
Advance the ball down the floor. You get Shadell wide open. Reading can't afford to give Cows those wide open looks that early in the clock.
It's Carter looking to drive. Zion reads the pass. They've got numbers. Moore. Shadell. No good. Wow. Rebound tipped out to Alani. Eyeballs a 3. Short. Zion. Third time's the charm, maybe. Let's see. Moore.
Good work on the offensive glass by the Cows, but come up empty in about 3 shots.
Code no good. Zion.
Now, Code had it at the rim and couldn't finish.
Zion lets it fly. He's off the mark.
A lot of shots going up quickly.
They are. It's just up and down. A track meet has broken out. That's a foul on Zion Smith. His first. And that's the under 7 media timeout here in the second. We'll take it too.
Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's. Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's scenic byways in Frederick County. They'll take you where you want to go and make the journey just as memorable. Every turn invites you to slow down and discover something new. From captivating history to irresistible flavors to vibrant downtowns. Plan your trip today and take the road that tells a story.
.6:21 to go before halftime. Frederick is trailed by as many as 8, but they've got it down to 2, 42-40. DeAndre Johnson off the bench for 10 and 8 apiece for Zion Smith and Shadell Millinghouse. Tough night shooting the ball so far for Shadell, only 3 for 11.
I'll tell you, Jeff, now, one thing that we've seen a lot this year, and this kind of tells me that the Cows are gelling, is sometimes when we saw lineup switches, they didn't always work out. But it seems like right now that these guys are really getting comfortable playing all types of ways with all two types of different combinations in the game.
Nice little fadeaway by Mustafa Traore. Ties it up 42 apiece. Hinson, a lob to the post. Coswell trying to back down Quentin Scott. Alani Moore tipped it away. Cross court, Ron Scott into the paint. Left hand gets the roll. Cows in front.
So many guards on the floor like Ronnie Scott who are a threat to shoot the three but can blow past you in a heartbeat.
13-3 run. Carter can't stop it. Alani Moore gets it to Trey, or almost, but it's off Mustafa for a turnover.
Nice recognition of a mismatch. I think Alani right there could have took a hard dribble to the baseline and given Mustafa a better pass. Kind of had a bad angle to throw that pass to Mustafa.
Coswell, baseline against Quentin Scott. And we have a whistle. It's out of bounds on Coswell. Turnover, Reading.
Coswell, he's a pretty young player, I believe, in the league, but he a couple turnovers in a row there, and I think that's kind of just maybe due to a little bit to his strength, but also his inexperience.
Quentin Scott at the top of the key decides to take it himself. They had Coswell guarding him, and Coswell commits the foul.
So right there, good recognition by Quentin Scott. He's so good at recognizing, kind of mismatches, and he had a bigger Coswell out him at the foul line. That's a tough place for Coswell to be one-on-one with Q.
Tucker back into the game. He'll replace Hinson. Q with another one. Knocks down the second. 45-42. 5 points now for Quentin. Carter. Over to Code. Down to the post to Goodwin. That was a two-bounce pass. Coswell, 5 to shoot. He takes it himself. Nice little finish there by Nolan Coswell.
Yeah, right. Nice move by him. Caught it on the foul line, put the ball on the floor with his left hand.
Scott, they overplayed for the steal. And then Coswell forced to foul.
He didn't call foul. I think that was just
possession.
Just
out of bounds. Okay.
Yep.
Moore. Quentin Scott for 3, no good. Tip up.
Mustafa there, right?
Ron. It was Ron.
Man, he came out of nowhere to get that.
The 6-foot guard just comes flying in and skies for the tip.
Yeah, nice inbound play there to get a great shot for a Q, but Ron Scott, man, cleaned up nice.
Shadell jumps the pass to Tucker. Ahead to Ron. Layup is good.
The no-look pass from Shadell.
So Ron Scott now with 11. DeAndre with 10. 2 of Frederick's reserves with 21 combined points. 39-31 was the Reading high water mark, which means 18-5 since then. We'll take the timeout with the teams and be back.
Summon the power.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amir Rashidian, a chiropractor, a fellow with the American Institute of Stress. With not just one, but 2 convenient locations and a team of highly specialized doctors, our team at Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers is equipped with the knowledge and expertise to address a wide range of conditions, whether it's chronic back pain, neck pain, headaches, or stress-related ailments.
Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers, where compassion meets expertise and your well-being comes first. Call us today and start your journey to a pain-free, stress-free life.
49-44 is your score here at Woodsboro Bank Arena. The Cows on an 18-5 run. They've taken a 5-point lead.
Yeah, critical part of the game right now for Reading because, the Cows have come back, taken the lead, and kind of had the game in that up-tempo, scoring easy. So Reading's got 3 minutes. They got to hang around.
Coswell too strong. Shot clock was running down. Shaq Goodwin cleans up the mess.
Frederick had him scrambling, but unfortunately, offensive rebound, put back.
Q crosses over a couple of times, over to the corner to Ron. Gets it back, pump, pull up, short.
It looked like, man, Millinghouse gets to the ball so quickly.
Ron knocks it down. Make them pay with the second chance.
Yeah, so Ron coming back after that hand injury, and I'll be honest, Jeff, I was surprised he played in that game last weekend against Baltimore. They didn't put him into the second half, but, boy, since then, he has just been a man on fire, right?
He has not slowed down one bit since last weekend, and Quentin is going to get a trip to the free throw line here.
And, Ronnie, last week he got most of his points in transition, but today he's kind of getting them all over. He's knocked down a three. He's gotten to the rim, hit the mid-range shots.
Quentin 3 for 4 tonight at the line. So his third trip.
And that's the beauty of these guards for the Cows too. If their opponent has maybe an advantage in size, that would make them a good rebounding team. This small lineup that the Cows can put on there can get you turning the ball over quite a bit.
4-point lead for Frederick. Coswell. Backing down, Quentin Scott leans in, jump hook. Q was up to the task.
I'll tell you, Coswell getting more assertive offensively these last few possessions. Had a great shot there and a solid move. And Quentin did everything he could to prevent that shot, but
Coswell committed the foul. It's the 5th on Reading, so Quentin Scott will walk down to the other end and shoot a pair. 3rd on Coswell. These are attempts 7 and 8 in the first half for Quentin Scott. Back into the game is Seth Pinckney. Coswell to the bench.
And Quentin is one of those, like Millinghouse, even just those guys that know how to score. They have a specialty. As we know, Q gets out on the open floor, but he gets himself to the line a lot. He can score on post-ups, improve three-point shooting.
Hand off to Tucker. They double team him on the sideline, but I believe it was Mustafa who tipped the ball out of bounds. Carter takes the inbounds, guarded by Damian Daniels. Daniels pokes it away. Traore, Damian, Ron, 2. 15 now for Ron Scott. At the other end, we have a whistle.
So, I mean, it's just unbelievable to sit here and watch how quick these guys are, because Damian Daniels and Ron Scott, I don't know if I've ever seen two quicker players playing basketball, live at least.
Well, and I know, Tim, we used to talk about it all the time last year, Frederick's ability to get into transition with those two guards, and we're seeing it on display this season tonight. Ali back in.
Yeah, and you just get the sense that we're at the halfway point of the season, which last weekend was. We've kind of hopefully turning the corner. But
What?
once again, I'll keep pointing to tomorrow. That'll be the big challenge. They go in on the road on a back-to-back game with Capital Seahawks.
1 minute left. Quentin Scott, fade away, no good.
I'm talking like we're out of the woods here tonight, but we certainly aren't. It's only a 7-point lead.
And when we get to halftime, Tim, we have a drone show and robots. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot there by Carter.
I think he should have shot it. He had, a nice runner in the lane, and nobody was going to block that shot. That young man gets off the floor, boy.
Pinckney heads to the free throw line.
So Mustafa fouled him there. That was a little bit of a bailout for Reading.
Pinckney 3 for 3 at the line, came into the evening just 25%. He's 4 for 4. 37 seconds left. Daniels calls a timeout. It's a 30, so we'll stay here for the 30-second timeout. 15 points so far by Ron Scott and 10 more for DeAndre Johnson. So 25 points out of those two. And for Reading, Tucker with 9, Phillips with 8. 4-point lead for the Cows. Just 4 turnovers for the Cows, Tim.
Yeah, and especially at the pace they're playing, right? I mean, they got to have a bunch of points in the paint. I mean, they've shot so many layups. But, hey, like I keep looking, the way the game's been played the last few minutes, Cows seem like they're dominating them, but they only got a 4-point lead. So
the Cows had that enormous run. I think it was about 25-8 the run at one point, and now Reading on its last few trips have refound their shot just a little bit. 13 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Traore knocks it down.
I'll tell you, that was a nice set play out of the timeout. They got the ball moving side to side. Curl delivered a beautiful pass to Mustafa for a wide open jump shot. High-low look from the Rebels there, and
Pinckney.
They get the dunk.
Q lets it fly, no good. 58-54. Cows trailed by 8 in the second period, but they lead by 4 at the half. We'll be back with the second half after the Robots and Drones show.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
We're back for the second half here at Woodsboro Bank Arena. The Cows trailed by as many as 8, but they lead by 4 heading into the third, 58-54.
Good first half, Jeff, by both teams, really. Looking at the statistics, a lot of categories, things are pretty even. Turnovers 9-4. Reading had 9 versus Cows 4. So Cows did a good job taking care of the ball. But Reading had a little bit of an advantage in second chance points. So that was probably the courtesy of some offensive rebounds, as this Reading team has got great size on the inside.
Reading the 24-14 advantage in the paint overall in the first half. Frederick came up empty on its first possession. Rebels. Underneath there, it was Miles Carter, the Delaware State Hornet product.
Yeah, beautiful move by him to drive the baseline, use the rim to protect the shot.
DeAndre knocks down a 3, and it's 61-56. Frederick was 6 out of 19 in the first half from three-point range.
DeAndre gives you that stretch big guy that can knock down that 3 ball.
Coswell lets it fly, no good.
That fouls on Vincent. The Cows live with that shot.
So Hinson with his second foul of the night. Shadell, the Brooklyn native, of course played at Texas Tech and Ole Miss. He lets it fly, no good. You could tell as soon as he let that one go, he knew it was off. He went crashing in himself. Rebound out of bounds to Reading. Carter. A little pick and roll action with Coswell, and they lost track of the big man.
Okay, so Carter multi-dimensional.
Mackay.
Oh, nice pass by Lonnie Moore there and leading Mackay right into that slam dunk. Beautiful transition play there.
Coswell, a nice spin.
Well, I tell ya.
Muscles through.
Coswell's been a little bit more aggressive in that second quarter and now start of the third.
Averages under 7 points a game. He's already got 7 today. Quentin Scott gets the whistle in the bucket.
Oh, my goodness. That's a man's play right there. Woo! Curl around. Quentin on that curl, which they love to run. And then, man, he gets caught in the air against, I believe that was Carter.
Miles Carter
and
with
they
his
met
second.
at the rim, but Quentin just able to muscle it in. And
Carter gets the rebound. A few more misses than you might expect at the line from Quentin Scott tonight.
I'll tell you one thing we have in this game with Carter, and then a lot of the Cows guards are the good rebounding guards on both teams.
Mackay.
Oh.
DeAndre from Shadell.
Millinghouse with the beautiful pass. And DeAndre, man, he has kind of came a long way shortly, really, with his play these last 2 weeks. He just looks more and more comfortable as he gets more minutes.
Tucker tried to float it to the corner to Carter. Good job by Carter. Then he gets it to Coswell. They almost made something out of nothing, and they do. Coswell cleans up the mess.
Nice job by Coswell to get that miss.
DeAndre fires from downtown, no good. 5 points, the lead for the Cows. Coswell thought about it, thinking about it, lets it fly. No good.
I said earlier the Cows will live with that. He's only a 22% three-point shooter. So I think if You're Redding. You'd like to see him pass on those more often than not.
Alani guarded by Carter. He's got a screen from Mackay. 5 to shoot. He spins back from the free throw line, spins out.
Yeah, unlucky there. That was good D by Carter, but Alani got a good look at it too. That looks like that's going to go on DeAndre Johnson. I'll tell you, I would describe Redding like this. The Cows, you don't want to run, but Redding looks for the right opportunities to run. And they like to push it in transition when the opportunity is there.
Amir Harris and Mustafa Traore into the game. Mackay Grant and DeAndre Johnson to the bench. Tucker has one more at the line. He's out of Nashville, Tennessee, and he played collegiately at Colby, Molto, and Volunteer State, all, I believe, 2 years school. Knocks down the second one.
But he's a fine-looking player, isn't he? He's nice left hand and smooth.
Alani Moore, Quentin Scott, baseline. Has it tipped away. Miles Carter.
Help him out. Help him out.
Looking to push. Redding. Baseline. Tucker. Nice up and under in the air.
Woo. Miles Carter, man.
Nothing, Quan, nothing.
Good pickpocket down on the one end and turn it into assist there.
Shadell. Quentin Scott. 10 to shoot. Pull up. Mid-range. No good. 1 point the lead for Frederick. 67-66. 7:16 on the third quarter clock.
Amir Harris guarding a bigger Vincent there.
Goodwin, baseline against Mustafa, leans in, gets a call.
So give Redding credit going to their strength. Their size advantage has caused some problems for the Cows here in the last couple possessions, with Redding able to take care of the defensive glass and then scoring in the low post a little bit here.
Goodwin, 12.5 rebounds per game. He handles the glass work more than the scoring load, just 8.5 points per game. He's 61% from the free throw line.
So Redding has an opportunity to take the lead here with this free throw.
Goodwin's second is true, and it's Redding in front 68-67. Moore, handoff to Zion. Pick and roll with Mustafa. Mustafa gets it now in the post. Far corner, Zion, no good. Carter.
Cows getting quality looks, but just been kind of snake bit a little bit these last couple possessions.
Hinson, Coswell. Carter. Pumps, spins to the corner. One on the shot clock. Goodwin, no good. And it's a shot clock violation.
Great defensive possession by the Cows there.
And that'll be the under 7 media timeout. Frederick trails by 1, 68-67. We'll be back.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
And we're back out of the timeout. Cows trail by 1. 68-67. Amir Harris takes the inbound.
I'll tell you, big key in this. Oh.
Offensive foul.
Oh, they called that on the screen, I believe. That's on Amir.
Crowd does not agree.
Coach Priest is looking at that like, that's a strange call.
Hand off to Hinson. Working against Harris. Harris tips it away. Zion gets a hand on it. He's on the move. And the finish. Zion Smith.
Woo! I'll tell you, Zion, he has given the Cows a big lift every time he's been in.
Zion had that huge 2-game stretch where he scored about 75 points, over 30 points in each game.
But he's like that guy that comes off the bench and got for the Detroit Pistons, that Vinnie Johnson.
The microwave,
because he comes in and scores right away, and you kind of see that attribute here in Zion.
He comes in and heats up quickly.
Shoot the three. Great defensive play there.
Hinson hands it off to Tucker. Long three. No good. Mustafa gets the rebound.
I tell you, I think the key in the second half is going to be, can the Rebels hang around with all the depth that the Cows have?
Alani, money from 3.
If we go back to that last game they played, it's just kind of like, I remember Reading just kind of wore out in that fourth quarter.
Ball out of bounds. It will stay with Reading. Ron Scott checking in. Zion Smith to the bench. 4-point lead right now, 72-68. Goodwin pitches it to Hinson. No good. There's a whistle on the floor. It's on Amir Harris.
So that's 2 quick ones on Amir. But once again, this is one of those situations where the Rebels bulk in size is causing the Cows some problems. Cows have very athletic size.
Hinson got it back after the inbound. Goodwin now, under 10 to shoot. Ali hesitates. 2 to shoot. It's Hinson. Back iron. Rebound. Gets
Offensive
tipped
rebound
around to
again.
Goodwin. And into the game are Phillips and Code. And remember the lift Phillips gave Reading in particular in the first half.
Yeah, Phillips had a really solid first half off the bench. And they don't lose much, if any, size with him in the lineup either.
He had 8 points and 4 rebounds in the first half. The runner there by Ali.
Plummer Ali took advantage of that screen, and the Cows kind of didn't know how to handle it. He just got a little floater off.
Traore draws the foul from Phillips. That will be Phillips's 3rd foul. 72-70. Frederick on top. Alani Moore. Alani Moore's birthday today, Tim.
Oh, happy birthday, Alani.
Moore, Euro step to Quentin.
Oh,
no
man.
good. And it got tipped over the backboard. It would have been a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Lonnie did a nice job finding Quentin there, but Quentin had a little bit too much adjusting to do. I mean, he's quite capable of adjusting in midair, but a little too much that time.
Code gives it up to Hinson. Coswell took his eye off the ball.
Oh, Mustafa ran it down. Good hustle by Mustafa.
He pulls up back iron, but he draws the whistle. It'll be on Hinson. Hinson's 3rd.
Good job by Mustafa there to make that steal. Good aggressive play on his part. Drive to the rim. He's fouled by Hinson.
Mustafa today, just 4 points.
Yeah, Mustafa a little quiet today, but boy, he had a great weekend last weekend in those 2 wins. He had 16 points back to back, and I'll tell you, Jeff, the one thing that's we mentioned this last week too, the ability of Millinghouse and Mustafa to play together. It seems like they're quite comfortable after their experience playing together at with the New York Phoenix last season.
Coswell pulled in the rebound, and here's Ali. Keeps it himself and makes the shot.
Yeah, he's gotten into the lane about 2 straight possessions there for easy floaters.
Quick ball movement here by Frederick, and one extra pass there to Mustafa.
Boy, Amir showed his versatility there. Looking more and more comfortable offensively with a good first step. Finds Mustafa trailing. Good play.
Ali ties it up with a 3 of his own from way downtown.
Yeah, Ali's got their last 9 straight points, I believe.
He's up to 10 in the game. Harris has his pass tipped by Coswell into the hands of Code.
Coswell with those long arms in the passing lanes.
Code gets it back. Or excuse me, that's Ali. Got it back from Code. Ali just spinning everywhere to get to the baseline. Out of bounds, it will be Reading basketball. Shadell and Damian back in.
Yeah, Ali kind of must have been getting comfortable with all the scoring he's done last few possessions and maybe hung on the ball a little too long on that one. But they got 6 seconds to score here. Almost had a wide open Pinckney there.
Traore tipped it away.
Yeah, at the last second.
We are locked up at 75, 2:42 to go in the third, 94-50 lead. And
I'll tell you
ball
what,
tipped.
Another thing is the just general overall alertness of the Cows. Like you just saw Amir Harris, that ball was in the air on the inbounds play, and he was sprinting to help double team that inbounds pass, and he almost came up with the steal.
That's a full timeout. We're tied at 75. We'll be back.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stoltz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
Five all, 4 on the shot clock. Quick turnaround, no good. Traore.
That was a good block out by Traore to give them one shot that time. That's going to be something critical going forward.
Amir lets it fly.
I tell you, Amir in the last 2 games has gotten more comfortable offensively as well. He made a big 3 in that game last week against Baltimore late in the game, and he gave that. It looked like Redding trying to let him shoot it.
Phillips was stripped by Ron Scott at the other end, ball out of bounds. I think we give it right back to him.
Right, another opportunity there for the Cows to get out in transition.
Up ahead to Damian, to Mustafa, 2.
Nice catch by Mustafa. Nice bust-out dribble by Amir Harris to get that break rolling.
Ali, guarded by Shadell. There's a screen from Pinckney. Pick and roll, no good. Good defense by Amir.
Yeah, Amir bothered that shot. Oh, my, it looked like
Ali took it away, and
oh
a
my.
tough finish.
What?
Ali.
Whoop. That was something else. I'd like to get another look at that one.
Harris lost that one, and Redding.
It looked like it was a foul on the steal. And then Amir not agreeing with the call.
Ali just a 26% shooter from the field, but I think he's another guy who's only played in a handful of games for Redding. So,
but I'll tell you,
undoubtedly a better shooter than that.
Right, in this game, he's done a heck of a job.
Ron Scott. Damian.
He's gotten 13. I think all of them's in this second half, aren't they, Jeff?
Could be. We don't have stats that stop at halftime. Shadell. You don't stop Shadell.
Man, he just got up and some of the angles that he scores from, just his ability to hang in the air and absorb contact, and he shot that one like behind his head or something.
Ali, Pinckney, pull up for 3, no good. Ron Scott with the rebound. Quick outlet to Damian. Mustafa, pull up, good. As time expires, Mustafa Traore.
Good run
stretches
by the
lead to
Cows
6.
at the end of that quarter to get it up to a 6-point lead.
At Mustafa Traore's buzzer beater at the end of the period. That gave Frederick the 6-point lead. We're going to keep it here between quarters because it's the moonshot. And Tim, if somebody makes it, the 50-50 doubles.
There goes our ball boy doing extracurricular duty tonight, man. That's James out there running around.
James, our halftime guest last week. Learned more about what goes into being a ball boy. So the Boys and Girls Club of Frederick is tonight's nonprofit, and they'll receive a check for half of the 50-50, but if somebody makes it, that amount is going to increase.
I'll tell you, Jeff, we haven't talked about the crowd yet, but Saturday night, you got NBA playoff games going on, and the barn has a good amount of people in it.
Good crowd tonight, always a good crowd here at the barn. Quick photo op with the Boys and Girls Club and that check. Before we get to the moonshot, let's look at some stats. Ron Scott and DeAndre Johnson, 15 points apiece, 11 for Mustafa, 10 apiece for Zion, Quentin, and Shadell. Looking at the Reading side of the ledger, Ali with 13, most if not all in the third, and McQuan Tucker 13 as well. He got off to a hot start at the beginning of the game and quieted down, scored a couple of times in the third, and that gives Reading 2 in double figures. That first shot off the mark from up top. Here's another one way too strong there, too. It had the right angle. Another. That one just short.
That's Finn.
Finn, your co-host, back iron. You'll have to talk
that's my
moonshot
podcast
strategy.
partner.
Yeah, talk some moonshot strategy next week. Here comes the cash out of the stands, or out of the watering hole up in the balcony. Raining some cash down on the crowd.
I'll tell you, Jeff, coming down the stretch here, what's really important is, beside the Capital Seahawks, the juggling of these playoff teams with each and every game. I think when you look how it's going, you got to assume the Seahawks will have home court advantage all the way through, unless something drastic occurs, I would say. But the rest of these teams can, get a home game maybe to start.
That three good from Mustafa. Or excuse me, somebody shot it over Mustafa. We had people standing in front of us, and I was trying to look at the standings at the same time. I should pay attention to the game. Amir blocked. Ron Scott.
Nice pass by Mustafa.
Shadell, no good.
Yeah, Shadell just not on his game with the three-point shooting. And, last week against Baltimore, I believe he was 0 for 7 in that game.
Ali had the hot hand in the third.
Now, he does so many other things, so.
Damian. Jab step and a three. It's good.
So Damian Daniels with the three ball, and he continues to shoot it well as he did a year ago. A big part of the improvement of his game from his rookie year to his second year, and looks like he got some shots up while he was down in Mexico.
At the line is Howard. Howard has not shot a free throw until right there, so he's 100%. Tucker and Scott back into the game. Tim, I know we talked a little bit between quarters, or maybe during a timeout, about Shadell and Quentin, and right now they're just 6 out of 24 combined shooting. Quentin's overcome it with a couple of trips to the free throw line. He's still in double figures at 10, but those two guys typically more efficient than that.
Yeah, definitely. But you got some other guys stepping up too, scoring as well. So that's once again, you don't have. This is a Cal team that does not have to rely on one or two guys to score. Nice job by Mustafa on the tough post on Mustafa, looking better and better each week.
He's got 13. Turnover, Reading. Frederick will take over. DeAndre Johnson checking in. And for Reading, Nolan Coswell. He'll replace Pinckney. I don't think they've gone Twin Towers. I don't remember Pinckney and Coswell out there together. Do you, Tim?
I do not.
Johnson finds the tipped pass, gives it back to Ron. Ron, left hand, can't get the roll, but that is the right call there, a goaltend.
Yeah, call a goaltend for touching the glass.
Coswell a little confused there, asking what he did. I don't think he agrees with it, but I think his recollection is incorrect.
Well, basket interference, that's what it is. Oh, poor transition defense by the Cows there. They pressed, but, if you don't get that initial steal, you got to get back.
Daniels off the mark. Reading back the other way. They trail by 5. Tucker lets it fly.
Wow,
it's a 2-point game.
Tucker let that go, and it was like he knew it was going in.
Coach Preet wants to talk things over. It's a 30. We'll keep it here during the 30. Ron Scott with 17 to lead all scorers. Continues his hot play. But Tim, in the paint, Frederick's closed the gap a little bit, 36-28. I think it was 36-22 a few minutes ago.
Well, Mustafa scored at the rim a couple times. They got out in transition. But once again, a good answer by the Rebels in their last couple possessions as they get it to 2 points. I tell you, it's kind of interesting, Jeff, but with this game here and watching this Reading Rebels, because watching them play, they have some good players. And to think, they're missing a couple good players as well. So once again, going to the playoffs, it's all going to be about who's playing the best basketball at that time.
That's for sure, Tim. And, you look at it, Capital has that 4-game lead over New York. And then after New York, you have Virginia Valley, Baltimore, and Frederick, all within 4.5 games of that second position. So really you kind of look at it, and maybe if something goes catastrophically wrong for Capital, New York can catch them. But
basket interference, right? Goaltender. Hey, you guys having a hard time keeping up out here or what, man? Y'all are running.
One of the officials came over to give us the final word on that goaltend. Ball was in the cylinder when Coswell made contact with the backboard, and that's why it's a good basket. Yeah, talking about the playoffs there, you have a couple of teams that can jockey for second and third, certainly. And then there's a little bit of a gap after Frederick. Reading could close that a little bit if they can overcome their deficit here.
I'll tell you, Virginia Vipers at 8-6. That's a good story, really, I think. Coach Corporal going down there and kind of lighting a fire down there. And those guys play just a physical brand of basketball, good defensively. They certainly gave the Cows a few runs for their money.
One thing that I just noticed here on the stats, Tim, remember Reading started out 4 of 7 from three-point range, which means they're 4 for 19 since. Quentin Scott with 2.
Once again, bad matchup for Reading. You got number 17, Phillips, isolated on Quentin Scott at the foul line. That's a losing proposition right there.
Howard around the screen from Coswell, pulls up for 3, too strong. Coswell tipped it, Ron Scott ahead, Shadell across the lane, he gets one to go, and there's a whistle. A dozen for Shadell.
Yeah, Shadell goes down hard, but he gets right back up. Great outlet pass there off the steal, and then Shadell taking it to the rim, finishing strong.
Just past Phillips, who was trying to block that shot, and he draws the foul. Millinghouse, a 97% free throw shooter, and I did not jinx him as I was saying it. I thought, what are you doing? Don't say that out loud.
So Shadell with a quiet 13 points here. I'm going to go out on line and say he's going to get 20 tonight.
That 3 is into the hoop there by Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker, very comfortable three-point shooter. He's letting it rip, man.
Letting it rip is Quentin Scott, no good.
Nice job by Ron Scott to chase that rebound down that corner. Shadell again.
Q with 7 to shoot. Ron Scott lets it fly. No good. Coswell tips it to Tucker.
That was good D by Coswell to stop Quentin Smith on the penetration. Kicked out to Ronnie. Ronnie had a good look. Oh,
Tucker.
my.
Way downtown. Coswell, second chance. He gets fouled. See who reached around. That's DeAndre Johnson.
Yeah, long rebound there. And DeAndre reached in. Stop it back in now. DeAndre got 5 fouls.
There's a little bit of foul trouble for Frederick. And into the game is Howard. Actually, maybe he's just going to exchange places there with Ali. Ali's going to inbound. Blood on the arm. We have a stoppage. I guess it's Shadell has a little bit of blood on his arm. They're trying to get that.
They got to get a sub for him.
You get an amount of time.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like 20 seconds. And if you can't get everything cleaned up and covered up, then you sub. Here he is. He's back.
These officials doing a good job reporting everything to us. Huh?
They really are.
They're giving us health updates and
look for some advice on somewhere to get dinner after the game.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully they update us on that.
Yeah, make themselves useful for something good.
Damian Daniels off to the races.
Pass. Nice finish by Damian. High octane offense right there when he's in the game.
5 points now for Damian Daniels. Lead to 6, 97-91. 7.5 minutes left. Ali. They'll swing it around. Tucker from the corner. It's good. I did not see what the official signaled for that. It's 97-94, though.
Tucker got 22, man. Confident shooter.
Quentin Scott answered.
Nice looking shot by Quentin there. Really took his time. He had a nice backspin on that ball. One of the true part of his game.
Back iron. Gets his own.
Another long rebound.
Gets it back. A little duck under move. Goodwin has it taken away.
Yeah.
Damian Millinghouse. Q. Up and under. And the foul.
Nice job by Quentin. Reverse. What's it? Oh, okay.
Get a look at the replay there, and you see Q just hang in the air and swing his arms around to the far side. You know, Tim, we talked a little bit about the struggles that Shadell and Q had been having scoring the ball, and I don't know that either one of them's missed since then. 15 points now for Q and 13 for
combined
Shadell.
for 30. And that's what it is with those scores. You know, they could be quiet for only so long, and then they're going to erupt.
Tucker. Traore knocked it away, but Reading keeps it. Down low, Coswell, a pump and a layup for Nolan Coswell.
That was a great pass by Goodwin there.
11 now for Coswell. Alani Moore. Quentin Scott. Into the paint. Spins back, leans. Traore, 7 to shoot. He lets it fly. Front iron.
Oh, another
Tip.
offensive rebound for the Cows.
Q fades away. No good. Shadell tries to wrestle it away from the trees.
I tell you, the bigs of Reading have to deal with these little guys coming in there and stealing the ball from them.
Tucker passes it to Coswell. Coswell, 2 more on the block.
Nice job by Coswell. Take his time. Little pump fake, got Mustafa off his feet and finish it with the kiss off the glass.
Q over to Shadell, calls for the screen. Tucker goes under it, so Shadell pulls the trigger, gets his own. Gets the call. He'll head to the free throw line.
Came up short on the 3, just follows the shot. Just always moving. He goes to the line again.
5 on Coswell. Pinckney will head to the scorers table.
I think both teams are kind of doing a good job of creating second chance opportunities for themselves. Just on kind of hustle and offensive rebounds, steals.
16 offensive boards for Reading and 10 for Frederick. That free throw is up and in. 15 now for Shadell. And you see Tucker really trying to post up. Daniels down on the block. Tucker into the paint. Draws a call. Mustafa. His third. Carter. 81% at the free throw line. So in addition to playing his entire career for Delaware State, he's played in Lebanon, Czech Republic, and France. Off the mark with the first.
Carter had a solid first half. He's been kind of quiet in the second half.
Here we talked about Ali maybe scoring all of his points in the second. Carter might have had all of his before that in the first.
Exactly.
Alani Moore pointing over to Coach Preet. He knew Coach Preet wanted that timeout, directed the officials' attention. 5:07 left here in the contest. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will stay here.
I tell you, Jeff, this new league, the 94-by-50, one thing we've definitely seen an improvement in is kind of the parity between the teams. You know, we had, the Cows last year, had quite a few, and over the first 2 years in the TBL, had quite a few blowout games. But, there hasn't been a whole lot of that this year. They've been reflected in the records of these teams, beside Capital. Like we just said, there's so much parity.
That's for sure. And, the blowouts in this league are 20 points.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Not
blowouts
60.
in the TBL might have been 40, 50, 60 points.
Exactly.
So the teams just created a lot more equally in the 94-50.
And I think the rosters are really, really pretty solid. And the reason I say that is, look at this Rebel team. They're missing some quality players tonight, but they're, competing well here.
And it hasn't affected their depth bench scoring. We've talked a lot about Frederick's bench. Reading has 42 points off the bench. Quentin Scott. Pinckney. That's the second on Seth Pinckney.
I tell you, I was going to say a minute ago that Rebels have done a good job as far as with Quentin Scott trying to get down inside and back up. They've been doing a good job keeping their feet and not letting him have good looks, but that time he drew the foul.
Shadell on the run,
wow.
Gets the roll.
Just a tough, my goodness, what a tough finish.
He's up to 17, Tim, you might be right. That string of 20-point games might continue. Daniels with the foul.
That's the other thing with the Cows. We know, Jeff, that a lot of teams try to take advantage of the smaller guards sometimes with post-ups. But Damian will fight you for every inch, as will Ron Scott, as will Shadell Millinghouse.
Nice feed by Ali, finds Tucker.
Yeah, Ali has really been spectacular here this evening, running this team, scoring it himself, but also great find there for Tucker.
Q kicks it to Shadell. Tries to break down Tucker. Baseline, spins back, kick out. Damian sidesteps, no good. Q, hustle play by Q.
Right, another. Tucker unlucky there a little bit.
Yeah, a pass off the mark there by Daniels, almost picked off, but Tucker just swats it into the first row. Coswell, under 4 minutes left, so they'll bring back the big man with 5 fouls.
Here's kind of the difference in offensive rebounding styles, because Reading gets them at the rim. The Cows get them 2 feet off the floor, those second shots. With that quickness.
Mustafa takes the inbound, hands it off to Shadell. Pull up, no good. Tucker almost got run over by his own teammate there, Goodwin, as they both went for the rebound. Ali. Pass tipped by Scott. He comes up with the steal. Ahead to Moore, except Tucker jumps the route.
That's 2 transition opportunities with back-to-back steals. Coswell
cleans up the miss by Tucker, and just like that, it's back to 3.
And unfortunately, none of the bigs got back for the Cows, and they had Coswell down there with Damian Daniels and Alani to contend with. That's not going to go well for the Cows.
Scott just continues to rack up fouls on Reading. That's the 6th on Coswell. So one of their trees down low heads to the bench. It'll have to be Pinckney, unless they maybe go with a little bit smaller of a lineup. But they do have a number of 6'9" guys as well. Goodwin among them.
Well, I'll tell Coswell played a fine game. He really stepped up here, but that's a lot of size for the Rebels to give up in this last 3 minutes.
Coswell had 15 points, second on the team, and he led, Goodwin had 9 rebounds, 8 for Coswell. Also did, though, have 5 turnovers. Goodwin, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for Reading. Quentin Scott, 1 more, it's good. Q now with 18. 19. Carter gets it to Tucker. Left-handed jump hook, no good. Offensive rebound, Goodwin. He will head to the free throw line. Foul is on Harris.
So now the Cows on the floor with a real small lineup. And Redding's going to take a timeout.
It's a full, so we'll take it with the teams. 108-103, 2:43 to play.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stoltz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
As we head into the final portion of quarter number 4.
Shaquille Goodwin heads to the free throw line. Former Memphis Tiger. Played for Memphis in the NBA Summer League. Has played in Germany, Greece, Italy, Ukraine, and Cyprus. Gets the second. That cuts it to 4. Ron Scott. Around the screen from Harris. Q. Shadell at the elbow. Tries to find Ron Scott, a little too hot to handle. Tucker saves it for Redding. That jumper by Carter off the mark. Looking to slow it down, Alani Moore.
I thought Carter would have backed that out a little bit. That they didn't really have numbers, but I mean, it was a open shot. But they had a lot of time left on that 24-second shot.
Q pulled up, no good. Carter with the loose ball rebound. Under 2 minutes to play. Tucker tries a skip pass. Good job by Carter to run it down.
Yeah, I thought that was going out of bounds when I saw that and let that go.
The whistle and the finish. It'll count.
Woo.
Miles Carter can cut it to 1.
Goes hard to his left hand, and Ronnie Scott guarding him, left hand, little fade away. Nice kiss off the glass, and once again, I got another guard in this league with a lot of different tricks up his sleeve.
He converts, so it is a 1-point game, 108-107. Moore sees a lane, finds Scott. He's fouled.
Ron Scott. Nice cut from the corner. Aggressive, good pass, and he got fouled.
Ron Scott to the line. He shoots 69%. First one is good. Mustafa checks back in. Coach Preet with some last words of advice. He'll replace Quentin Scott. Looks like we're going offense-defense.
Yeah, put a little bit more size to combat that size advantage that the Rebels have. Of course, with Caldwell out of the game, it's not as big a one.
Carter.
Now they're going.
Ali, and Ali's on the sideline. Turnover. Q right back in. So you're right, Tim. They're going for some more post defense, down low in the paint defense with Mustafa. And coming back with the offense.
Wow.
Carter collided with Shadell. No call. Ron Scott off to the race.
And man, any type of broken floor situation and Ron Scott's in it, it's advantage Cows, just put it that way.
Tucker sidesteps over Shadell.
Oh,
money. 2-point game.
Boy, he is really stroking the ball nice.
Every time Frederick opens up a little bit of a lead, here comes Reading. And we're under a minute to play. Shadell crosses over, goes to his left. The finish. Shadell.
Great move by Shadell with a longer Tucker on him, but just uses his body. So strong, gets so high off the floor on the drive.
Good win. Nice drive by Ali, and he left it for the big man on the far block.
Boy, Ali, again, he's been impressive this evening.
Ron Scott, he'll slow it down. We have about a 16-second difference between your game clock and shot clock. DeAndre Johnson a screen.
Boy, hard hedge there.
Q.
2 seconds.
Ron
Scott with the floater, no good.
Short, gets his
Offensive
own.
rebound, they can bring it out.
1 second difference. And there is a foul, I believe, on Shaquille Goodwin. Forced to foul, the only way they can get the ball back.
Wow, just an unreal performance by our guards in terms of their ability to create second shots for us on the offensive glass. It's just really been uncanny.
Hugh makes the first. That stretches it to 3. If he can make this one, it's a 2-possession game. Timeout by Reading. They want to try to ice Hugh. And so it's just a 30. We'll keep it here. And if you look at the Frederick scoring, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures. 2 with 20. Ron Scott with 21. Another huge game off the bench, 8 of 11 shooting. Quentin Scott has overcome a little bit of a rough shooting night, but he's gone to the free throw line. This is his 7th trip there. He's 9 out of 13. He's got 1 more coming along. Shadell with 19. He's also got 6 assists. 15 for DeAndre, 13 for Mustafa, and 10 for Zion.
Let's look at those offensive rebounding numbers again, if you don't mind.
17-12 in favor of the Rebels. And second chance points, 18-11.
They've kind of narrowed that gap in that offensive rebounding category, and most of that has been done by the guards, right? For the Cows?
The guards just getting after it. And if they don't get the rebound, they got hands in there to try to strip it away.
Big shot by Quentin there.
2-possession game. Ali, no good. Pinckney, Tucker, as time expires. The Cows hold on, 116 to 112. They've now won 4 out of 5 and 3 in a row.
I tell you, we were treated to another great game here in the barn, Jeff. After that Baltimore rhythm, exciting finish in the Elam ending last weekend, and the Cows come in against the Reading Rebels, and they had a real shootout here. Exciting game. Great effort by both teams.
Well, before we get into the postgame, let's take a moment to thank the great sponsors who make Flying Cows basketball possible. Saputo, Plumondon Hospitality, Visit Frederick, Woodsboro Bank, Holistic Health Associates, 24/7 Dance Studio, Warren Psychotherapy, Fourth Dimension, the Frederick Office of Economic Development, Yellow Springs Dental, Thrivent, Warehouse Cinemas, Roy Rogers, Allied Milk, Rowan Digital, who's tonight's game sponsor, and Stolz. Tim, if you just want to pull that chair out, Coach can sit there. (116-112). Cows have now won 4 out of 5. We deal with minor technical challenge before we get to the post game. Tucker finished with 27 for Reading, 21 apiece. Quentin Scott and Ron Scott. So I'll be joined now by head coach Dan Preet. Coach, about midway through the first period, we went to kind of a smaller, really super quick unit when Damian Daniels made his debut. Talk a little bit about the energy that group brought.
I thought we were trying to play in a little speed and try to really pick it up. Also to kind of get him acclimated to what we're doing a little bit. It was a little chaotic at times, but I felt like we have a chance to be able to be that type of team, to be able to put some pressure rather than always try to defend the post so much. So try to play to our advantage rather than theirs.
Reading still held a 38-31 lead, and then it was at least an 18-5 run. I think it might have been 25-7 to take the lead, which we carried throughout pretty much the rest of the game. Talk about what went right during that run.
I think we picked up our energy, but I think that the guys, even though we didn't seem like we rebounded great, I don't think the numbers were that bad, even with the small lineup. And I thought in those moments where we were on a little bit of a run, I thought we actually did a really good job from the guard position to rebound the basketball.
Tim and I talked a little bit about that in the second half. We really felt like they stepped up for you. And then even if they didn't get the rebound, they got their hands active in there to try to poke it away.
Yeah, no, and that was, with Ron and Dame, and I thought Alani actually did a really good job also. I thought they started getting some energy and fighting through that a little bit.
And Ron Scott, he gave us a bolt of lightning last weekend in that comeback against Baltimore. Comes out again tonight with 21 more points off the bench. Talk a little bit about the boost he's given us this last 2 weekends.
Yeah, he's been incredible. I've been worried about his finger, and I've got to stop worrying about it and just let him go because he seems to be he fights through it. He got smacked on it today, and everybody was like taking him out, and I was like, no, just let him go. He's such a tough kid.
Quentin Scott and Shadell Millinghouse, not their best shooting nights, but you have 2 true scores, and they still combine for 40 points when it's maybe not their most efficient night.
Yeah, I thought tonight all of our shooters, I thought Dre hit a couple shots. But the rest of us, I thought, we were a little off tonight, and, maybe, looking forward to tomorrow a little bit rather than, taking it one game at a time. But, they were able to fight through it and figure it out.
Well, we have a big one tomorrow night, Coach. Maybe talk a little bit about heading into that one and what you think some keys are for us.
Rebound the basketball, and we've got to cut off on our turnovers the entire game.
All right, well, I know you got a lot of people you got to talk to, so I'll let you get going, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
That was Coach Dan Preet joining me post-game. Tim Abercrombie decided to take a little bit of a break tonight, so he wasn't on with us, so thanks to him. I'm Jeff Goyne. We'd all like to thank our entire SFB and crew. Signing off for tonight, go Cows.